This is our daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis for July 26, 2019 in preparation for the next trading day on July 30, 29 rather, Monday. So today I'm going to talk about 10 different stocks. More than 5 of them, maybe around 6 of them are all index companies. I'd like to set the tone that this conversation is for short-term trading purposes. Short-term, not long-term, even though you are seeing blue chip or index companies on your screen right now. So I'm going to give you my technical analysis followed by an interpretation on what I see on our true market sentiment and trade distribution or trade and volume distribution charts. And then I'm going to tell you my overall sentiment followed by my recommendations for those who may have had the stocks and also for those who are just planning to enter onto the stock or into the stock. Okay, let's begin with JFC. JFC closed today at 252 pesos per share. It managed to rebound after hitting 236. So let's see if it will consider 236 as a psychological bottom or support this coming week. So support is still at, you can adjust this towards 235 to 236. That's your support level. For the resistance, I would say that our resistance is now pegged near 287. Okay, 287, that's our resistance level. Foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 287 million pesos on Friday after registering daily net foreign selling amounts consistently for more than a week. Despite this rebound in price, our 10 SMACD combo is still invalid. But let's double check if our momentum power if the 4-point criteria of our momentum power indicator, MPI, okay, that's the new terminology that I'm going to use for what I used to call fantastic for signals. Okay, the momentum power indicator terminology is more appropriate, I think, than the previous comical like terminology called fantastic for signals. So we're going to use the MPI or momentum power indicator terminology for our 4-point criteria. So we will find out later if it's bullish. Okay, the risk level of JFC right now because of what happened last week, it remains at a high risk level for JFC. Okay, RSI is still so close, very close to the classical oversold level. So let's find out again. Let's find out if our momentum power indicator is bullish. If it is, then the experienced traders will then have a data-driven basis to preempt the 10 SMACD combo, meaning to say you can enter a new position and do a test buy within the dominant range. VWAP is at 248.6. It's the closing price is higher than the VWAP, but let's take a look at the JFC's trade and volume distribution chart. Oh yes, our momentum power indicator is bullish. The dominant range is between 252 to 255. That's your dominant range. Again, our momentum power indicator is bullish despite the invalidation of our 10 SMACD combo. So our true market sentiment, let me show this. Our true market sentiment for JFC is neutral, of course, after those significant drops for the past 2 trading days or three trading days. Of course, you can't expect everyone to become ultimately bullish by a significant degree once again. Of course, some brokers are still in an eavesdropping mode. They would like to make sure that everyone is really interested again to buy JFC at a higher price on a significant level. So that's why our true market sentiment is neutral. But at this point, my overall sentiment for JFC is already, yeah, it's still not bullish. It's still not bullish, but for short-term trading purposes, again, if you are a relatively experienced trader, then you can preempt the 10 SMA and do a test buy because Our momentum power indicator is bullish. Test buy within the dominant range. Okay? So for those of you who may still have JFC for short-term trading purposes, well, I think by what happened in the past few trading days, I'm sure your trailing stop loss should have already been hit for short-term trading purposes. So the advice that I'm going to give now is only meant for those who are yet to enter a new position. So again, you can do a test buy between the within the dominant range that you've heard me say a minute ago. Okay? So the next stock in our list is IDC. IDC closed today at 6.62, support is at 5.8, resistance is at 7.6. The alignment of the three simple moving averages is in a perfect bullish position. Our 10 MACD combo is present. The upward momentum is very, very bullish. Risk level is moderate. Take note, RSI is already inside the classical overbought level. Take note of that. Foreign investors registered an insignificant net foreign selling. So I'm not going to mention that. Let's find out if the momentum power indicator is bullish. Yes, it is. The dominant range is between 6.6 to 6.7. Take note, the momentum power indicator is bullish, meaning to say the 4-point criteria are all present. The true market sentiment of IDC. IDC is neutral also, neutral. So my overall sentiment for IDC still is bullish. So if you have had IDC since our 10 MACD combo was first validated somewhere in the second week of July, then you can still top up or add more shares provided the price or your IDC is still trading above your trailing stop loss. How about those who are planning to enter a new position? Make sure that you calculate your reward to risk ratio first. Do not forget that I have kept on mentioning this in every video that if you are yet to enter a new position, there's one extra process that you must go through. This is not a suggestion. Consider this as a command. You have to go through the calculation of your reward to risk ratio. Unless and until you are satisfied with your triple R, then do not do a test buy. But if you do, you can do a test buy within the dominant range that I have shown you a minute ago. I am bullish on IDC. Okay, after IDC, we got ISM. ISM closed today at 5.45. It's still moving below the resistance at 5.6. Support is at 4.5. Okay, now the 10 MACD combo is still invalid. It's still invalid. The downward momentum remains very strong. Risk level is low. RSI is below or closer to the classical oversold level. It's in Foreign investors registered an insignificant amount of net foreign buying on Friday. It's not worth it to mention it. So, but let's check. We saw a green candlestick on a Friday. Okay, let's see if the momentum power indicator is present for ISM. With respect to the closing price of 5.45, I would say that the dominant range is between, let's see here, it's between 5.38 to 5.45. 5.38 to 5.45, but again, there's also another dominant range between 5.1 to 5.2. Okay, so make sure that if ISM trades below 5.35 or 5.3, monitor the price between 5.1 to 5.2. Okay, if and when ISM starts at a price lower or higher than any of these two ranges, you must immediately request for the stock's latest trade and volume distribution and true market sentiment charts in our private clients forum. But with this, I would say that the ISM is not yet completely out of the woods. So if you are a relatively newbie trader, I would say not to do a test buy on ISM yet. If you are a relatively newbie, a new trader. But if you are an experienced one, if you would like to preempt the 10 MACD combo because the momentum power indicator is already bullish, then you can go ahead and do a test buy within the first dominant range. But be very careful, like what I mentioned a while back, there are two dominant ranges on the trade and volume distribution chart. You got another one between 5.1 to 5.2. So don't trade a new position on ISM yet if you are a newbie trader. Leave this to the experienced ones, at least for now. Okay? So the true market sentiment for ISM, by the way, is bearish. Okay? See the hesitation? Okay, there you go. Now, next we have Now Corporation. Now closed today at 2.53. Support remains at 2 pesos per share or 2 peso per share. Resistance is at 2.9. Now Corporation is still in a sideways movement, sideways trend or range. Risk level is moderate. RSI is in the neutral level. Our 10 MACD combo remains invalid. It's still invalid. How about the momentum power indicator? Let's find out by checking the trade and volume distribution chart. So the dominant range here is between 2.49 all the way to 2.49 to 2.55. Then there's another dominant range at the bottom between 2.35 to 2.4. So you know which particular ranges now you should monitor closely, okay? Now, what's my suggestion for those who are planning to enter a new position in Now Corporation? Ask yourself, are you interested to trade stocks that are in a range and not in a trend? Because if you're going to ask me, I'm only interested to trade stocks that are already in a trend or that are poised to trade in a trend. But in the case of Now Corporation, I'm not interested to trade this one because it has been trading in a consolidation or sideways pattern for a while already. I would be interested to enter a new position in Now Corporation maybe once it hits the support or once it breaks above 2.9, but not right now. Not right now. But to each his own. Okay, to each his own. If you are bullish on Now Corporation because the momentum power indicator is bullish, then you can do a test buy within any of the two dominant ranges that I've shown you. Of course, first on the dominant range towards the intraday high, then the next one towards the intraday low. Okay, I am not bullish on Now Corporation yet. That's my overall sentiment, and the true market sentiment for Now Corporation is bearish. That's another hesitation as well among traders. So after Now Corporation, we got GSMI. It closed today at 59.10, support is at 54.4, resistance is at 63.7. Our 10 MACD combo is still invalid, remains invalid. Risk level is low, RSI is in the neutral level. The DMI, okay, there's already a bullish divergence between the positive and the negative DMI, but the upward momentum is not yet inside the confirmed strong level or strong upward momentum level. Nonetheless, I like the alignment of the three simple moving averages. They are in the perfect bullish alignment. But again, our 10 MACD combo is not present. So let's find out if the 4-point criteria of our momentum power indicator are present. Do we get a bullish MPI, bullish momentum power indicator? Let's find out by checking the TVD chart of GSMI. So your dominant range here is between 57 to 59.1. 57 to 59.1. I am not yet that bullish on GSMI because it's still trading inside the, I would say, a range between 54.4 to 63.7. This is still a range for me. But judging it based on the TVD chart, I would say that we got a bullish momentum power indicator because the dominant range is a lot closer to the intraday. Not really. Not really closer to the intraday high than the intraday low. It seems that it's more concentrated towards the intraday low. So let me correct that. I am not yet that bullish on our momentum power indicator. I'd like to see a more convincing trade and volume distribution chart whereby the number of trades and the size of volume is or are parked closer to the intraday high than intraday low. So we got a bearish momentum power indicator for GSMI. Okay. How about the true market sentiment for GSMI? It's also bearish. Okay. So again, it's in a neutral level or sideways pattern. You've heard me say a while back, I'm not interested on stocks that are trading in a range. Okay? So get that clue. Get that clue. Meaning to say, this is not yet in my area of interest for short-term trading purposes. Next is BDO. BDO closed today at 148.2. Support remains at 140.8. Resistance is at, okay, that's our historical resistance at 157.2. Okay, so our 10 MACD combo is invalid already. 10 the MACD crossed below the signal line already. Of course, these are already the top 5 losers, so expect that our momentum power indicator will be bearish. But adjusting the chart, I would say that the upward momentum is still very strong. Risk level is low. RSI is in the neutral level. Foreign investors, on the other hand, registered a net foreign selling worth 169 million pesos on Friday. So let's check. The dominant range of the BDO is between 150 to 150.8. Then there's another one between 147.8 to 148.2. Still a bearish momentum power indicator. How about the true market sentiment chart for BDO? It's neutral also. So for short-term trading purposes, you are better off buying near support or on breakout. So what if you have had BDO for short-term trading purposes? So if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss, just hold your position. Do not preempt your trailing stop loss, but don't top up as well. Don't top up yet. If you're planning to enter a new position, postpone that plan. At least wait for the momentum power indicator to become bullish on BDO, or better yet, wait for the 10 SMACD combo to be revalidated. Those of you who attended the evergreen strategy in trading the Philippine stock market, you know what I'm talking about very clearly. Yes? Okay, check the handouts, please. Go back to the handouts for a review. After BDO, we got Ayala Land. Ali closed today at 51.35. Support is at 49.5. Resistance is at 53.75. Our 10 MACD combo is still invalid. Of course, our momentum power indicator is bearish. However, the upward momentum based on the DMI and ADX remains very strong. The positive DMI is still above the negative DMI, and ADX is above 35 points. Risk level remains low. RSI is in the neutral level. It's downward sloping, by the way. Again, did I already mention that our 10 SMACD combo is already invalid? Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 89 million pesos on Friday. Okay. The dominant range of Ayala Land is between 51.35 to 51.8. It's bearish. The true market sentiment chart, the true market sentiment of Ali is bearish as well. If you have had Ali for short-term trading purposes, and if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss, I suggest that you hold your position but don't top up yet. If you're planning to enter a new position, postpone that plan. Wait for the 10 SMACD combo to be revalidated and for the momentum power indicator to become perfectly bullish. The 4-point criteria. After Ali, we got ICT. ICT closed today at 133 pesos per share. Support is at 120.2. Resistance is at 148. Our 10 SMACD combo is invalid. RSI is downward sloping toward the classical oversold level. Risk level remains low. The downward momentum is getting stronger, but it's not yet in a very strong category. Not yet there. But let's not wait for that thing to happen. Okay. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 31 million pesos on Friday. So here, so the dominant range for ICT is between 133 to 134.1. It's bearish. The true market sentiment for ICT is bullish on the other hand. So let's see. Let me plot I am seeing a midterm, a minor support right here at 133. Let's see if ICT will rebound at 133 this coming week on Monday. Let's see. I'm not saying it will. So let us be in a wait and see mode. If it continue to breaks below 133, then we are better off waiting near 120.24. So if you are still trading ICT because it's still moving above your trailing stop loss, I suggest that you hold your position. Don't be alarmed yet. I don't see a volume-based signal for you to preempt your trailing stop loss. So just hold your position, but don't buy the dips yet. Don't buy the dips yet, even though you saw a bullish true market sentiment. Those guys are deep pocketed investors. Most of us don't have billions of money for trading purposes only. Okay, so it's just good to know that majority of the top 10 brokers on Friday bought the dips. That's why I said a while back, let's be in a wait and see mode and for ICT at the price level of 133. There's a possibility for the price to rebound at 133. Okay, so what does that mean? For the experienced ones, since I'm going to say that you should not enter a new position yet because our 10 MACD combo and momentum power indicator are bearish, that means if ICT rebounds at 133 and it registers a green candlestick, you have to check if the 4-point criteria of our momentum power indicator are all present. If they are and you are an experienced trader, then you can go ahead and do a test buy within the dominant range. You can then preempt the 10 MACD combo. Okay? Because for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated, I estimate that the price should be moving above 140. Okay. Request for ICT's latest TVD and TMS charts in our private clients forum whenever you like to. Okay? That's my recommendation for those who have had it and for those who are yet to enter on ICT. After ICT, we got Meralco. Meralco closed today at 375 pesos per share. Support is at 375. Resistance is at 3 or 400 pesos per share. Actually, there's a minor resistance here, right here. It's at 390 as a precursor to 400. Okay? If it breaks below 375, your next support will be at 355. The 10 MACD combo is already invalid. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 34 million pesos on Friday. RSI is downward sloping, pointing toward the classical oversold level. Risk level is low, and the negative DMI is above the positive DMI, but the downward momentum is not yet very strong. So the dominant range of Meralco is between 375 to 377.4. It's bearish. Our MPI or momentum power indicator is bearish. The true market sentiment of Meralco is bearish as well. Okay, so if Meralco is still trading above your trailing stop loss, just you may want to sell a few tranches by preempting your trailing stop loss. What signal did I see? The red volume bar that is higher than the stock's 10-day volume average. So preempt your trading stop loss. Maybe sell half or maybe sell a few tranches. If your total holdings on Meralco is worth it to divide it into a few tranches, of course. If it's anything less than 20,000 or 10,000, then don't divide it into a few tranches because it's not worth it with the taxes and fees. Now, are you just planning to enter a new position, meaning that you don't have Meralco but you're planning to add it? Well, not yet. At least wait for the momentum power indicator to become bullish. Better yet, wait for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated. Okay? So, last in our video is JGS. It closed today at 66.2. It broke below the previous support at 66.4, which is now acting as its current resistance. Current support is at 61.15. It's already JGS already invalidated our 10 SMACD combo. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 35 million pesos on Friday. RSI is downward sloping, pointing toward the classical oversold level. Risk level is low. Take note that on the DMI, the negative DMI is already above the positive DMI. If JGS continues to move below 66.4, I suppose that the downward momentum then will become very strong toward the support at 61.15. So the dominant range of JGS on Friday is between this one towards the intraday low 66.2. But there's another dominant range here between 68 to 68.30, 68 to 68.8. Let's see if the true market sentiment is bullish. Let's see. Is it? It's bearish. So for me then, the price is then more likely to continue descending. Okay, that's how I'm going to interpret JGS. So there you go. If you have JGS for short-term trading purposes, and if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss, I suggest that you preempt your trailing stop loss by locking up a few profits by selling a few tranches, if it's divisible by a few tranches again, of course. If you are just planning to enter a new position on JGS, now is not the right time. So wait for the number 1, 10 SMACD combo to be revalidated. Number 2, the momentum power indicator to become bullish. If you are an experienced trader, then you can decide to do a test buy even if the 10 SMACD combo is not yet valid, for as long as the momentum power indicator, which are the 4-point criteria, is bullish. Okay? So not for now. Monitor JGS for short-term trading purposes. I am bearish on JGS. Okay? So you've heard me speak about my analysis on these 10 stocks. By the way, I'll be in this coming Saturday. I'll be in Iloilo to deliver the evergreen strategy in trading the Philippine stock market. For you who are listening, especially if you are a subscriber, well, it's not an if, because you are really a subscriber since you have an access to this video. It is a prerequisite that you attend this seminar so that you will have a 101% clear understanding of what I'm teaching here. You have to attend this one if you have not attended yet. Okay? Otherwise, you will have a tough time understanding my way of seeing things or interpreting things. So I'll be in Iloilo on August 3. Then after August 3, I'll be in Cavite, Dasmariñas, Cavite on August 10, Makati on August 17, and for Baguio, Pampanga, and Cebu, those last 3, they will be next year already. Okay? So sign up, click any of these links, register for you to get a discounted price. Okay? So the standard price is 6,500. If you are a 1-year subscriber at Equilist Analytics, you will only have to pay half of that price. So go ahead and register so we can see each other on August 3 in Iloilo, August 10 in Cavite, and August 17 in Makati. Okay? It's important that you attend this seminar because it's the logic that is that operates what I teach you here at Equilist Analytics. You will learn a lot. I promise you. You will learn a lot. So there you go. For the daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis for Friday in preparation for the next trading day next week. Again, my name is JC De Guzman. Have a profitable but disciplined trading week ahead. Bye for now.